From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Thanks to a new speed limit change, it's time to slow it down on a certain stretch of I-90. MTN's Julie Salee is going to explain why there's a new speed limit reduction around Bozeman.
6 months since the October 7th terror attacks in Israel, the Israeli military is pulling ground troops from southern Gaza. I'm Naomi Ruckham with what the move really means, plus an update on the latest humanitarian efforts on the ground.
Well, there's 3 Chick-fil-A's in Montana, and soon Bozeman will be number 4. We're going to let you know where and when this popular chain will open its doors. Alrighty, it is 6 o'clock on this Monday morning. Jane McDonald and Matt Elwell with you. Matt is back in the house.
Yeah,
how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. I got to spend last week in the Lamar Valley with a bunch of 6th graders. Tons of fun.
Yeah.
Learned a lot about Yellowstone, the ecology and the animal life, and how it was formed.
Absolutely. I mean,
so many cool things.
Had to be incredible there, as well with your kid and all the kids there.
That was a fun time. I will say that it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
So
it would
we're
be.
not calling it a vacation.
I could
at this
imagine.
point. Yeah.
Well, I was in charge of the weather center. It was a lot on my shoulders, but the weather was beautiful the last week.
It was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And this week's going to be pretty nice. We're actually going to step it up a notch by the end of the week. Now, we're going to throw in some showers, maybe even some thunderstorms before it's all said and done.
Okay.
But we're doing quite well. Early morning temperatures starting to drop out toward Belgrade, 28 degrees there, 31 in Butte. By the way, the partial solar eclipse that is happening today. Around 12:30ish, I would step outside and start viewing. Use special glasses. I'll talk more about that in our main weather segment coming up here in about 15 minutes or so. But good conditions. The early morning, a little bit more cloud cover, but not bad. Daytime highs expected to be into the mid to upper 40s for the afternoon today, both east and west of the divide. I'm going to break down your forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Now, thanks to a speed limit change, it is time to slow it down on a certain stretch of I-90. MTN's Julie Salee explains why there's a new speed limit reduction around Bozeman.
It's time for I-90 travelers to pump the brakes because in the Bozeman area, the speed limit has been reduced to 65 miles per hour.
When you get higher speeds, it gets a lot more dangerous, and the consequences of accidents at higher speeds is not good.
On April 5th, the Montana Department of Transportation announced a speed limit reduction on I-90 through Bozeman, both east and westbound from mile marker 303.6, which is 3 miles west of the 19th exit, to mile marker 313.7, just beyond the Bear Canyon exit. The speed limit that used to be posted at 75 miles per hour is now posted at 65 miles per hour. But why is that? According to the MDT, now that Bozeman's population has exceeded 50,000, it is state law in an urbanized area that the speed limit for vehicles traveling on interstate highways be 65 miles per hour at all times.
Do you think that it might make a difference at all out there?
I think so.
According to Gallatin County Sheriff Sergeant Aaron Taylor, who's seen plenty of speed-related accidents on the interstate, this speed limit reduction will make a safer atmosphere on that stretch of the interstate.
I think it's a good idea as our population increases and so does traffic.
But not everyone is aware yet of the speed limit change. As I drove down I-90 going 65 miles per hour, in the right-hand lane of course, I had a few people fly by me to get around. But who knows, maybe they were in a hurry.
I think there's probably going to be a learning process, learning curve, just like it's happened on other streets that we've had, so people learned how to change to an actual speed limit.
In Bozeman, Julie Salee, MTN News.
And Friday morning's earthquake in New Jersey was actually picked up on a seismograph in Butte. MTN's John Amy talks with an earthquake expert in Butte on this unusual East Coast earthquake.
Many people on the East Coast felt the recent 4.8 magnitude earthquake in New Jersey. In fact, it was even registered all the way over here in Butte, Montana, on this seismograph on the campus of Montana Tech. Large East Coast earthquakes are rare, but when they happen, it really shakes people up.
sure many of them are, because it's an unusual occurrence and it probably caught everybody by surprise.
The quake's epicenter was in central New Jersey, about 40 miles west of New York City, early on April 5th. There was no major damage reported from the quake, but it was felt by millions along the East Coast.
This earthquake goes to prove that nowhere is completely immune from the possibility of earthquakes.
Mike Stickney, the director of earthquake studies at Montana Tech, said seismic activity is very common in Montana and the western United States. Though quakes are rare on the East Coast, they could be devastating due to the dense population.
You're going to have a magnitude 8 earthquake, and if there's nobody and no buildings anywhere in sight, it's not going to affect anybody. But you have that same earthquake in a populated area, and it's a disaster.
The New Jersey quake registered on the Montana Tech seismograph in Butte, more than 2,200 miles away. The Butte seismograph was built in 1936 and is the oldest continually used seismograph in the state. Montana has had a significant history of large earthquakes, including the 1925 6.6 magnitude quake north of Three Forks. In 1935, there were 2 6 magnitude quakes near Helena that damaged 60% of the buildings. And the 1959 7.3 magnitude quake at Hebgen Lake that killed 29 people. In Butte, John Amy, MTN News.
And on the international scene, growing calls over the weekend for more to be done to secure the release of the remaining Israeli hostages. Those people being held by Palestinian militants as the war between Israel and Hamas has entered its 6th month. The Prime Minister of Israel says the country is, quote, one step closer to victory as Israeli ground troops moved out of southern Gaza over the weekend. More than 33,000 Palestinians have been killed since the war began. That number from the Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry. CBS News' Naomi Ruckham has the latest from New York.
Over the weekend, the grief-stricken families of some of the roughly 1,200 Israelis killed by Hamas on October 7th gathered to mark 6 months since the horrific attacks.
We're missing them badly, and we're looking for a way to keep on going without them, and it's really difficult.
Let my people go!
Around the U.S. and in Tel Aviv, protesters took to the streets to demand a deal to release the remaining Israeli hostages taken by the militants that day.
I feel that I have failed, and I feel that our governments have failed, and I feel that all the parties at the table have failed to get these 133 souls back home.
Frustration is also growing over Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's handling of the conflict. Yesterday, Netanyahu said his country is one step away from victory. Israeli troops began reducing their numbers in Gaza over the weekend, though officials there say it's an evolution of the war effort and not a withdrawal.
The indications that we've been getting from them this morning is this is really largely rest and refit for troops.
The troop drawdown has prompted some of the displaced to return home for the first time. More humanitarian aid trucks traveled into the region Sunday, a move promised by Israel days after its defense forces mistakenly launched a strike that killed 7 World Central Kitchen aid workers. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
And the Biden administration is facing pressure from both parties in Congress over its handling of Israel. Some prominent Democrats, including former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, have sent a letter to the White House urging it to do its own probe of the World Central Kitchen strike and to reconsider sending weapons to Israel. Meanwhile, Republicans are expected to bring up a resolution criticizing the president's calls for an immediate ceasefire during his phone conversations with Israel's prime minister last week. Now back in some Treasure State headlines, the long-awaited Headwaters rest area near Three Forks finally opened up Friday morning. Now this new rest area is located on U.S. Highway 287 near the Interstate 90 interchange. After the rest area on 19th closed, the Headwaters rest stop was supposed to be open in the summer of 2023. After some delays, the rest stop finally opened Friday morning, but is it all that it could be? Well, travelers complained about a stench in the rest stop and a lack of toilet paper in the restrooms. As for the law enforcement office, well, it's currently empty. Regardless of the conditions inside, travelers tell MTN News that they're still excited about this checkpoint between Butte and Bozeman.
I knew it was here. I know it's been here for a few years. I didn't realize it was open yet until I drove by a little bit ago.
Yeah, and was that convenient for you that it's finally open?
Very much so. Yeah, this would be a good stop between Helen and Bozeman. A good place to stop, rest up, get some water. Glad they got it open finally.
The old rest area on 19th closed almost a year ago, and still nothing is happening on the property. We have previously reported that a Chick-fil-A is proposed for the site, and so far no permit applications have been filed with the city. And according to Chick-fil-A, there is no official opening date for the 19th location. But meanwhile, we do know that the Chick-fil-A at MSU is planned to open. This video taken on Friday, you can see ordering stations are up, but the restaurant itself is covered up. The corporate office tells us the restaurant located in the Strand Union building, or Sub, is going to be opened May 16th. There are currently 3 Chick-fil-A's in Montana, in Kalispell, Missoula, Billings, and soon to the Bobcats' home turf. It'll be an exciting one.
I'm ready.
Oh, I am too. I think I'm going to be making a special trip maybe a few more times to MSU.
There's going to be a lot of happy students.
I think so. Now, before we head into a break, I wanted to share this with you. I'm going to introduce you to Alice Lee. Now, she's 14 years old, taking on a 40-year-old in a tournament of chess. This is the American Cup 2024 for chess. She has taken home the gold, but not only that, she is the youngest American female to do so.
That's awesome.
At 14. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. She is a 3-time World Youth Champ, recently named an International Master.
That's amazing.
Can you believe it? We were talking about this. I know what the pieces do. You know, I know what they can do. I know where they can move. I can play the game, but I think one step ahead.
Yeah, playing the game and having strategy are 2 different things.
Alice would just absolutely take me to the cleaners when it comes to chess.
It would be fun to watch.
It would be very entertaining for her, for sure. But I don't know. How cool is that? 14 years old and already so many accomplishments. Can't wait to see what she's going to do next year.
Right.
My goodness. Now, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Matt's going to have a look at your forecast, and we're going to head into our final installment of Child Welfare in Montana, where we look at where the Kolstad parents are now and what happened to their child and the court's final decision. We'll have all that coming up after